Pacers decided to throw a double team at Kevin Love on the block.
George is up the floor. James has it knocked away. Back out. Irving tries another.
Right there as George steals the pass and pulls for three. But they're
Thompson, quick outlet. James on the run. Bumps into George. Spins. Layup. It's good. Stevenson to George. James now on Paul George, who hits another three.
That's awful defense. It looks like a good possession because of the missed shot, but that's a recipe for disaster.
James goes at George, leans in, offensive foul.
Puts that shoulder down and goes right into the body of Paul George. I believe it's the right call.
In minutes per game, #1 in the league in his 14th year.
but not the most minutes played.
Right.
Which is more important because he took a lot of rest time.
George can't get that. As Love gets it inside to James, up top to Fry. Shot clock at 4. James drives all the way to the rim, rolls around.
Sitting against Turner, 2 Texas Longhorns, a holding foul on Paul George.
Anticipate one or the other. Watch, he did so he anticipated LeBron going to the top, so he at the bottom.
Plus George chasing LeBron for just about the entire game, and LeBron not having to do that with JR defending him. LeBron the fadeaway, and he hit a tough shot. Monte Ellis reemerges out of the timeouts. No changes for Ty Lue. LeBron James picks up Paul George. He goes right at him looking for a whistle, and he got it. Late one. LeBron James down the floor. Touchdown pass deflected. George called for it. Paul George against a double team. Hard trap. Cavaliers swarming defensively. LeBron James stays in front. George equal to 10. The game's 3 and 4.
Exactly. You want them to leave here feeling bad about themselves.
LeBron strikes a 3. Nope, off the iron. Rebound. Turner couldn't.
Don't let them have driving lanes.
Stevenson back out there playing the off guard now. Paul George against LeBron James. George turned the corner, bump, fires it up and hits an impossible shot.
Not in my house.
George for 3. They earned those 2 wins in the Palace.
Yes, they did. Yes, Paul George, a great competitor.
He sure is. I mean, look at this thing. Falling away. I mean, that's what we're used to seeing from.
Making a statement on a specific question. I think what everybody is interested in and what the talk has been was after game 1 when Paul George publicly after the game as George goes to the hole as Love cleans it up.
That's the blast from Cleveland.
Approaching the 9-minute mark of this first half. LeBron James for 3. Got it. 45-32. The Pacers by 13. Paul George guarding James. And James gets the foul and scores the basket.
You know, great offense versus Rook. Tremendous defender. Nice pump fake by LeBron. Just takes the contact. Little.
Stevenson will pull a 3. Young with an offensive board. Finds Pete.
Pretty wrapped up. Could have gone either way, the foul, but they called it on LeBron.
5.5 to go in this first half. And Paul George will pull on LeBron, and he hits. Scored 16 of the last 19 points for the Pacers as LeBron on the take. Doesn't get the bounce there. Turner, another 21-point quarter on his playoff register. Guarding LeBron James. James gets some space. Is Young. Man, he's been great. So active in the paint. Thaddeus Young keeps the possession alive. George going to work. Working on a double team. Looking for a foul. Nothing there. So the Cavs have the ball. Under 5.5 to go in this third quarter. And Ben Thompson catches it clean. He's got a lob. George getting hounded. Gives it up for Teague. Wide open 3. Rattles, bounces.
Go ahead, Lance, and pull the trigger. They're done double teaming the pick and roll.
Long range 3 by LeBron. And he hits. I got that, Ernie. Perfectly good spot for
headline
game
news
to start. Absolutely. There's a lot of news in this one.
That Ernie gives you tidbits you need. This is going to be a hammer.
LeBron just.
Remember, this Pacers team put up 74 points in the first half in the previous game. Love to LeBron. And Miles comes up with
out on the perimeter defensively and not cheat in the paint.
Miles had 9 points in the previous game on 3 of 6. LeBron bullying his way to the bucket.
George corrects everything by making that mid-range jumper.
Saw Larry Bird a moment ago as LeBron.
It's got to get going here today. He averaged 14 points during the year, while he's only averaging 7 in the series. And also,
look at this.
Well, look, we know this guy is 6'8". He's as quick as anybody in the league from rim to rim. And then once he gets down inside, even if you're hanging on.
To ask Kevin and Kyrie to close the deal after sitting longer than usual. It's always a tough call for a coach, but winning the way Cleveland did always helps. We'll see if it comes into play today.
Is more still at this time in his career more off the dribble.
James couldn't get it. Darren Williams hadn't played in about 3 weeks when he first joined the Cavs. Boy, LeBron James.
Boy.
Late referee Jess Kersey is the official who officiated almost 2,000 regulars
in the league. You think about it, 12 guys in the league that average 10.
He's got 10 right now. Paul George still stone cold.
Oh, there's
just
the
2
pass,
of 10.
right on the money.
James underneath. Somebody said away.
The field pass. Look at this, right on the money. Now watch the hit. How about the hit right there? But hey, that's like, you know, punching a wall. He just spun right off the hit. There it is. I'm going to spin inside of you and take you, unless there was a switch on a crossover.
George not getting a break. A kick ball called against
Turner in the shot blocking. He's third in the league in shot blocking, over 2 a game. But we have to see it today.
Loose ball. Irving gets on the deck, and the Cavaliers come up with a loose ball.
Great job, meaning Cleveland, taking care of their defensive board. Indiana only has 7 offensive rebounds. LeBron, Paul George was right in front of him. Take away the lane. He took away the lane.
And LeBron with a block at the other end. And Jeff Teague for the Pacers.
There it is. There's a one screen for a cutter, and then George coming off of another screen.
And that's twice there.
See, they trap George every time. See, they're not giving him daylight off the dribble in the middle of the floor. They trap hard.
Goes behind the back against James. Tough shot. Missing. That's been the pattern for most of the game here. One-on-one here against LeBron. George with the fadeaway. Tipped up and